So another common place where people struggle is when they have to make the bed. Not so much making sheets, and we'll talk about how to pull and lift sheets, but it's when they have to change out the mattress. So if we were just making the bed, especially on something that's like a queen or a king, obviously one of the biggest issues is that people want to reach for stuff, and because it's light, people just think, oh, I'm going to reach and grab something. And so the problem, of course, is when we reach and grab something, even if it's sheets, even if it's blankets, and my back is sore, when my hands are out in front like this, that's a lot of weight for my spine. So if you're reaching for just blankets to make the bed, you're better off putting one hand down, especially if you're having to reach for the middle of the bed, putting one leg back so that again, it's easier to keep my chest up, tailbone back. And again, I would tighten and I would pull to grab whatever it is that I'm trying to reach for. Again, if you're pulling things up this way, it's just making sure you move your feet and your hands together to bring everything with you as opposed to side bending. So if I was trying to actually though make the bed and put the fitted sheet on the mattress, which is I think what people really struggle with, is the ability to lift the mattress and not feel like they're trying to hold the mattress up, get the fitted sheet around, and they're flexed and they're side bent and it's awkward. So if you can, and you have the strength, you would lift the mattress with two hands, tighten, squeeze, and if you feel like you need to shift your body this way, you would. But again, as you shift your shoulders to the side, you want to shift your pelvis the opposite way. And then you would put your hand underneath, lift, pull the fitted sheet around. And again, you're having to brace with all of your stomach, butt, chest up to get that fitted sheet on the edge. Okay? Now, obviously, if someone's struggling with a back issue, or again, maybe they have strength issues and how strong their hands are, it might feel like it's really hard to hold the mattress up with one hand and pull the sheet around. So what I'm using is a cutting board. Obviously, I would recommend a cutting board that's probably more rectangular. I didn't have one at my disposal. They, of course, make ergonomic aids for this. Again, if you type in mattress lifter into the internet, there are tools out there specifically designed for this. They look like giant spatulas. And again, they're using the concept of a lever arm. So again, if you don't want to spend the money on a giant spatula, then you could try and, again, tighten, lift the mattress enough to try and wiggle your cutting board under the edge of it. Then there's this cutting board here, and so as I lift, as I push down, this holds the mattress up. So I would push with one hand, and I could use my body weight just resting on here versus trying to use my arms to lift. And so again, when I'm trying to lift something, of course, gravity is trying to pull my body down, whatever it is I have on it. So this is a lot more work for my muscles and my spine. If I could use a lever arm, I get to use my body weight as a tool. I lean on this, I squat down. This helps lift the edge of the mattress, and obviously it's a lot easier to squat and kind of lean on something than it is to try and pick it up. And then I could squat, lean, and then bring this down and around to try and get underneath the corner of the mattress. And of course I would repeat it on all of the other corners to get the fitted sheet on. So again, with making the bed and a fitted mattress, if it's easier if the mattress, of course, is also sitting above the frame as opposed to inside the frame. If you have a mattress that sits inside the frame and you're having to lift it over, then again, you're still trying to do the wedge maneuver that I just talked about. But if you can, you might be better off, instead of pushing with your hand this way, you possibly, if you had the balance, would use your knee to push down to kind of fulcrum it over the edge of the frame. Or I've also told people, if they thought they had the balance, they could try and sit on the object And again, if to face the camera, if it was this way and I'm trying to make the bed, I would sit on the object to help pop it up over the edge of the frame. And again, as I'm sitting here, I would keep my tummy muscles tight, buttock muscles tight, chest up to put it around the corner of the mattress. If you are working with a bed that is lower, so again, this all is great if, or it's a lot easier, I should say it that way, if the bed is your pelvis level or slightly higher. If it's down closer to the floor, right here, then again, I would do everything like I just talked about, but I might be better off using something like a chair to help me out. So as I'm here, I again might come here, use my arm, tighten, press, and then pull across if I had to do something that was lower down to the ground.